Hello all my friends, welcome back to the Branscome YouTube channel. I am Nick Branscome, and today I'm doing a fun little video. So I had this idea. I wanted my girlfriend to give me an album that she thought that I would absolutely hate, or an album that she thought I would not like at all. And I was going to do a unbiased, objective review on it. And the album that she chose for me was Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. Now, for any of my friends that are around me a lot, kind of know my feelings on Post Malone, I don't hate the guy. The guy has talent. I've been fairly critical of him as far as, like, I've seen a couple of live videos and it looked like he was just kind of, you know, up there on the stage by himself, no musicians or anything, and he has all his studio recorded vocals playing through the PA system, and he's kind of just shouting random stuff to the crowd. And you know, I would much rather him actually put some effort into his, you know, actually put his talent to use, because he's actually, like, I've seen some videos of him playing guitar. He's not a bad guitar player. He's not like a virtuoso by any means, but he's pretty good. And vocally, I mean, it seems like he could be pretty good. I'm not 100% sure, but with just listening to the album and hearing some of his stuff from the first album that he had out, you know, it seems like there may be some auto-tune going on. You know, it's not like blatantly obvious, like a lot of, especially some of the featured artists that he has on the album. But I still feel like there's some auto-tune going on. That happens a lot in today's music industry. So as far as his vocal talent, it's kind of hard to really gauge it. I have seen like one video of him doing like a Nirvana song, completely stripped down, live acoustic, and it sounded pretty decent. So I mean, the guy has talent. I just wish that he would put it more to use, I guess. But anyways, we're gonna get right into this album here. This latest album of his is called Hollywood's Bleeding. It's got like 15, 16 tracks on it, something like that. And I don't want to try to go through each individual track and spend, you know, a crap ton of time on them, but I'm going to give my most unbiased review of this album that I possibly can, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with the first track. It's the first track is the title track of the album. It's called Hollywood's Bleeding, and I really dug the intro of this song. Like, you know, it has like some clean guitar in it, and you know, him singing some catchy vocal melodies and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. But then about halfway through, after the intro, you know, there's the trap beats come in, and you know, trap beats aren't really, it's not really my thing. You know, I've just never been big on the whole electronic music sort of thing. There's exceptions. I mean, I have some guilty pleasures here and there, but you know, once those trap beats of Hollywood's Bleeding came in, you know, I was like, you know. But the intro was really cool. But then it does go back to the tempo changes as well when the trap beats come in. But then it goes back to the original tempo and the original chorus at the end of the song. So overall, you know, it's a decent song. But you know, not really my favorite song, but I really like the intro of it. And then you go on to the next track on the album. It's called Saint Tropez, I believe. It looks like Saint Tropez, but in the song he pronounces it Saint Tropez. And I really dig the part where he says "such a long time," the line "such a long time." I really like that vocal melody. I think it's cool. Once again, you know, kind of electronically produced, lots of trap beats going on and stuff like that. But there's some hooks and, you know, a little bit here and there, at least for me. Like, I don't think the whole entire song is incredibly catchy, but there are some catchy parts, especially, like I said, the line where he says "such a long time." I kind of like that line. Then you get into the next song that's called Enemies, and I kind of grouped this song Enemies with another song on the album that's called 1,000 Bad Times. They kind of have similar vibes going on as far as the music is concerned. Once again, you know, kind of the same deal. You know, this album is, I've noticed with his vocal melodies, they're very repetitive. Like he'll sing one vocal melody, and he'll sing that vocal melody, you know, 5 or 6 lines in a row, and he won't change up the melody at all. Like he kind of stays. You know, if I can give an example. So if I were to sing the phrase "Take me home," just a simple, so he would sing it like, "Take me home, take me home, take me home. Like he just kind of sings that same line, same melody, 6, 7, 8 times, however many, but the chord changes behind him, they're differing. It goes from one chord to the next chord, but his vocal melodies just kind of stay really repetitive. And that's a theme that you get throughout this whole entire album. I'm assuming in this world of hip hop and rap and stuff like that's kind of the norm. Yeah, you'll find that a lot in this album. And these 2 songs are examples, Enemies and 1,000 Bad Times, which the choruses in both of these songs are fairly catchy. I have to give them that. But both songs got similar vibes to them. Then you have a song that's called Allergic. And now this one is a kind of a different pace from kind of the rest of the album. This one has, I kind of felt like it had like a Neon Trees sort of vibe to it, if you've ever listened to that band. And it's got a really interesting chorus where he's using falsetto to just have some differences going on from the rest of the album. It's pretty neat. This one's one of the better songs on the album. Like I said, it's very Neon Trees-esque as far as like the beat and everything is concerned. That one was pretty cool. And then you get into the song called Circles. I think this one is actually, from the last time I checked, was his most streamed song on Spotify overall out of his whole catalog. It's a song that you hear on the radio a lot. I noticed when I was listening to this album, like a good 5 or 6 songs off the album are hits on the radio right now. So, there's something to be said about that. But this one is definitely one that you hear all the time. And, it's fairly catchy. It's not the same kind of, like, trap beat vibe that the rest of the album has. This one's more of a straight pop song. But, it's got some catchy stuff in it. It's not my favorite track on the album, but it definitely, the pacing is a little better. It goes from just straight trap all the time to the pop thing. And one thing I've heard apparently Post Malone has said before, that he considers himself genreless. He's apparently been in metal bands before and stuff like that. And that's cool and all. And like I said, I have seen videos of him playing guitar, and he plays like rock and roll guitar and stuff like that. But really, he says he's genreless, but his whole catalog so far is really still just straight staying with the trap beat stuff, but he just actually sings. I don't really consider him a rapper, because to me, rappers are more like shouting and talking over beats. They don't really sing. But Post Malone, for the most part, actually sings vocal lines and vocal melodies and stuff like that. So like I said, with this song Circles, that kind of captures that pop element. I would be interested to see in the future, with his future releases, if maybe he says he's genreless, I would like to see him like maybe actually release rock songs or blues or country or metal, actually experiment full with those genres, and not just say it, and still just only make a hip-hop trap beat album. I would kind of like to see that from him, but what he's doing right now, obviously, is working for him, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So then you get into the next song of the album. It's I'm kind of going off order here, but I'm trying to stay as much in order as I can. Next song is Die For Me. This song features Halsey, and so, like, I'm gonna be completely honest, some of the only 2 featured artists on this album that I was familiar with is Ozzy Osbourne and Halsey, and obviously I'm a lot more familiar with Ozzy than I am Halsey. The other rappers and stuff, I legit had no idea who they were. I don't even remember their names. Forgive me for that. But this song features Halsey and some other rapper. And I compare this song a lot to Die For Me, this song, and the other song on the album called Goodbyes. I kind of compare these two. They're kind of similar. But I think Die For Me actually might be the second best song on the album. I think the melodies are really catchy. And I think Halsey's part is really good. The other guy is like so auto-tuned. It's just, there's no substance there. Now, I don't know about Halsey. She seems like she's a pretty good singer. I've heard a couple of her stuff on the radio and everything, but her part's really catchy, and just the song in general, has got a pretty cool vibe to it. Like I said, I think the melodies are cool, and that's, like I said, I think this song might be about the second best song on the record. And then you got a song called On the Road, which is very, very trap beat-esque. Like, if you're wanting, like, I guess full-on trap beat stuff. This song is probably one of the more prominent songs as far as that is concerned. But it's got some pretty cool melodies. Once again, this one kind of goes along the whole repetitive vocal line thing. But like I said, it's got some cool beats. It's not my favorite on the album, but it did start to grow on me a little bit the more I listened to it. I listened through this album probably about 4 or 5 times, enough to where I could get a pretty decent review going with it. So On the Road is once again it features some other rapper that I've never heard of before. Cool, cool stuff. And if you're just wanting to bump some shit in your car or something like that, wanting to get your subwoofers going, that's a good song to do it to. Okay, so now we get into the song that has Ozzy Osbourne on it. It's called Take What You Want, or Take What You Want from, I think it's just Take What You Want. Not trying to sound biased or anything, but I think this song is probably the best song on the whole record. Ozzy sounds really good on it. To be in his, 70, 71 years old, I think Ozzy killed it on the song. I really like the verses in this song that Post Malone sings, like the first verse. My band, we play at half step down in drop D a lot on guitar, which would sound like C sharp minor. And that's kind of what the key to this song is in. So I relate to this song a lot. I really like the chords in the verse. They're very simple, but I love the whole going from D to C to A sharp to A sort of thing. And the vocal melodies that Post Malone puts over top of it are really catchy. This song is probably the best song on the record. The guitar solo in it is really cool. It's a lot of wah going on, it almost makes you feel like Kirk Hammett played the solo on this song. But it's a cool solo. I wish there would have been maybe some more electric guitar in it. I think that would have been cool, because it's easily a song that you could see as being like a hard rock sort of song, especially with Ozzy having his vocals on it, putting his stamp on it. So yeah, Take What You Want, that's to me the best song on the whole record. Then you have a song called I'm Gonna Be. This song is it's pretty catchy. He's doing a lot of fast-paced kind of vocals in this song. He's like, I'm gonna be what I want. He's just kind of doing all that kind of fun stuff in that song. It's basically, I think it's a song about he doesn't care what people think, and he's gonna do what he wants, blah blah blah. And you can relate that to kind of what I'm saying, or what I'm doing with this video. I'm making a review on his album. He probably could care less about what I think of his album, but that's I feel like a lot of artists have that one song on their album that's like Rage Against the Machine, fuck you, I'm not gonna do what you tell me sort of deal. So yeah, that's the one song in this album that has that kind of vibe to it. So it's not my favorite song in the album, but a lot of people might like it. So all right, now you got two more songs here on the record that I feel like can be like intermingled with each other. You got Staring at the Sun, and then you got Sunflower. These songs have kind of both the same kind of vibe going on with them. They're both like really upbeat and like happy sounding songs, and they kind of have just the same tempo and same key. I think they're both in D major, that kind of thing. Once again, there's a featured guy on Sunflower. I don't know who it is, but the guy on Sunflower, his vocals I think start the song, and then Post Malone comes in and does his part. But they're pretty catchy songs. They're fun to sing along to, and they're feel-good songs. The feel-good songs of the record, I would say, is both Staring at the Sun and Sunflower. And then you have a song called Internet, and I believe this song is probably I would say the shortest song on the whole record. I don't know if it goes beyond 2.5 minutes. It may not even be that long, but it's basically just it's kind of a different pace. There's not a lot of beats going on in this song. I think there's a lot of there's like an orchestral sort of part going on, which is kind of cool. Just a short little fun song. I think he's talking about just he doesn't get on the internet anymore. It's he doesn't care to see what all goes on it and stuff like that. But like I said, this one has some violins and stuff going on. It sounds like maybe. A nice kind of calm down pace from the whole record, and it's a decent song. I like it. All right, now you have a song called Myself, and once again, this one is also kind of different. This one's more a pop-oriented type of song, this is one of my more favorite songs on the record. I like this one. I like the pacing. I like the catchy vocals. I like the phrase, "I wish I could have been there myself." I like the way he does the vocals out for that part. But yeah, this one has more of I think there might be actual drums used on this song. I don't remember for sure. Yeah, it's a fun little song. It's probably one of my more favorite songs on the record. All right, and to close the album out, you got a song called "I Know" and "Wow." And "Wow" is the song that you hear on the radio all the time too. I associate the song "Wow" mostly with the phrase, he says, "last call, fourth down, Hail Mary, Prescott touchdown," something like that, referring to the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. So that's kind of cool. But I'm not a Cowboys fan, but it's cool that he's using NFL references in it. Yeah, it's a song. It's not my favorite song on the record, but you hear it a lot on the radio talking about "Wow." And then the song "I Know," like, I'm actually kind of having a hard time remembering how that one goes. I think that one's probably not one of the greater songs on the album. It's probably one of the lower points. So I remember some of the lyrics and stuff, but it's kind of hard for me to remember the melodies and everything right now. So you can clearly see that wasn't one of my favorite songs on the album at all. "Wow's" not really one of my favorite songs either. So overall, those two songs that end out the record, it could have ended out a little stronger, but you know, it is what it is. Well, guys, there you have it. There's my review of Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. My final grade for the album, I'd give it a B minus. Like I said, I'm not the biggest like hip hop guy, trap beat guy, whatever you want to call it. I would be interested to see like kind of, you know, what he will do for future albums, like whether he may move into a more rock oriented thing or blues or country or something. But like I said, what he's doing right now is working for him. So, you know, who knows what he's wanting to do in the future. But, you know, for me, I mean, this kind of music isn't music that really, you know, touches me the most. But overall, I think there was a lot of catchiness on the album. I mean, the vocal melodies are cool. You know, there was some decent musicality here and there. And like I said, I think he's a talented guy. I just wish he would put a little more effort into his actual showing off of his talent. But anyways, that's my final review of the record. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any other albums you think I might hate, I can maybe review them. If you like this video, leave them in the comments and I'll consider them. But right now, I'm done with this video. I'll see you guys at the next one. Y'all take it easy.